started doing your thing, and it made me notice you even more. The way you turned around and looked at me, you seemed at all. You must have somehow felt me staring all alone. Something tells me you're the kind of guy I'd like to get to know. I ain't even gonna try, I ain't even gonna lie. Since you put them in the club, I've been giving you the eye. We can dance if you want, get it crackin' if you like. Must be a boom boom, feel like one of those guys. Is this the first time that I'm seeing you around? Could you be visiting or are you doing town? Whatever the case, I'm feeling you right here and right now. And all the love is showing lets me know that you like what you see and wanna get to know me too. This could very well be the start of something special. Happy that I met you. I ain't even gonna try. I ain't even gonna try. Since you went through the time, I've been giving you the time. We can dance, we can dance. I can make you feel like one of those nights. I didn't think that coming tonight. Someone like this, I feel things like we told each other. It's so nice. I feel this would be right. Keep it gonna run. Oh, baby. Hey, hey, hey. We can dance if you want. Get it crackin' if you like. Must be a full moon. I ain't even gonna set you Hello, everybody. Thank you for everyone that's coming in. Pandy's here and Candy and more. Thank you, love, for supporting me, always supporting me. The BBK, yes, finally caught me. I don't come live often, but I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. And anybody else, everybody that's in the clouds, please like, share, and subscribe this live. I appreciate it. I just came through for a quick bit, just to shoot the shit with you guys and give you some updates of what's been going on with me. All good things though. I did want to start off by saying it has been a phenomenal weekend for me, just a phenomenal year altogether. But I wanted to start off by saying I was contemplating on going back to school, and I should have been finished, but life takes its twists and turns, and you don't get things done the way you're supposed to or whatever, and you just I'm just going to speak for myself. I didn't give up, but I was exhausted. I was having children and I had to work and take care of them, and I really didn't have time for school. So I kept throwing it to the back end. And every time I wanted to do it, it will always be things coming up to deter me. So just recently, I just said, I'm thinking about the kids going back to school. Everybody's older now, they're all doing their own thing. I'm always needed, but not as much anymore. So I just thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to school. So I went online looking up schools and everything, thinking about what would possibly be the best thing and the easiest thing that I can do. And being that I am in the health field, I said, let me check into nursing. So I looked up a couple of places or whatever, and I reached out to a couple of places. Well, this one school did hit me back, and not only did they hit me back, they took the initiative, which is what I like to do. And I call it lazy or whatever, but when you have a school that is really rooting for you and working hard to get you in there, of course it's about money, but it's just the point that they're making it easier for you to make up your mind. And I went to this one school, and excuse me, y'all, I want to drink my coffee before it gets cold. And they took all my information, and everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. So I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you guys a little more. Okay, let's set you up for orientation. So we do a Zoom call, we do an orientation. Everything is moving so quick. And I'm like, I'm kind of getting jittery, but nevertheless, taking this moment. So then they did all the necessary orientations, the applications and everything. Everything right now is free. There's no application fee and all that stuff. So they're talking to you about the program, what it entails, the schedule and everything like that, the tentative start and finish date, and all this good stuff. So then afterwards, they're like, okay, so now let's set you up for the TEAS exam. Well, and if you guys don't know what the TEAS exam is, it's just a basic exam that you have to pass in order to get accepted into nursing school. Hey, TC. So I took the exam. Well, wait. So when they said that, I started immediately getting nervous because, guys, I don't know how long it's been since I've been in school. And even when I was in school, I wasn't a good student. So I'm like, shit, exam. I'm getting nervous. Like, what is this? Oh, it's just a basic, exam. You have your algebra, you have your science, your English, your world history, and your reading, writing, and all that stuff. The basic shit. So they set me up for that. The weekend, by the weekend, Saturday, this test took 3 hours. 3 hours, you couldn't get up, you couldn't leave, you couldn't do anything. You just had to take this test. So Friday night, I took it upon myself. I said, let me brush up on some things. And I wasn't even worried about anything but math. So as I was brushing up on it, like, y'all, I broke down because I didn't realize, like, oh my God, this is going to be hard. I don't know a lot of shit that I thought I knew. And I was scared to death, like, oh my God, y'all, I'm going to fail this test. But I just talked to God and I said, you know what? This test is confirmation for me. Because again, y'all, I'm an older woman, and going back to school for many women my age is like, girl, is you crazy? So confirmation was for me if I passed this test. So I prayed to God and I said, this is going to be my confirmation, God. If you allow me to pass this test, and I know that it's meant for me to go back. Well, guys, I took this test Saturday, and y'all, it wasn't an easy test. I'm going to tell you right now. But I concentrated and I focused, and I just did the best that I could do. Y'all, I passed the exam. And I got into nursing school. And I am really, really proud of myself. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to do this. And I know it's going to be hard. It's part-time. I'm going to be going to work and going to school. It's going to be a struggle, but I know I can do it. And I'm looking forward to this new journey. So I wanted to share that with you guys, that, this right here, this is what's up for me. It can't hurt me because I already work in the field, like I said, and it's going to be a big financial jump for me once it's done. Um, so that's that on that. Just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. In other news, oh, so if I can leave you guys with one thing, I will say this: don't ever give up. Don't ever, ever, ever give up on your dreams, on your goals, on your aspirations. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep fighting that good fight. That's the good fight. Keep fighting that good fight no matter what. Um, Thank you, TC. I mean, you can't lose. You cannot lose. And I'm really proud of myself. My children are proud of me. And I can't explain the joy. I'm just ready to get into it now. Now I'm ready to get into it. But I did want to let you guys know, don't give up. Follow your dreams. Because I'm going to be honest, my dreams, I didn't have any for a long time. And I think it's because my children took that over. That part of my brain, that part of my thought process was gone. If anybody asked me what I wanted to do, I couldn't never think of anything because I was too busy thinking of my children and making sure they're good. So my dreams kind of took a back seat. And I don't know if anybody has ever experienced that when you don't dream anymore. It's not, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing. It depends on what's halting your dreams. And in my case, it was always my children. And, so I just didn't have dreams. And now that I'm realizing I'm not needed that much anymore. Like, I know my kids will always need me, but I have a lot of downtime. I have a lot of time where I'm like twiddling my thumbs, like, what am I do? What am I do? So I just did it. And I am very, very proud of myself. So I just wanted to share that with you. Again, so in other news, I titled this, Be Careful What You Ask For. And the reason why I did that is because I was thinking about my neighbors. We recently got new neighbors. Our old neighbors, we didn't get along with them. And it was really, really, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. And TC, my struggle. So thank you. My old neighbors was nasty, to say the least. And one morning we got into it, and we went to arguing about stuff on our side of the lawn or whatever. And y'all, this coffee is so good. And y'all, it's only up here, so don't think, look, that's still a lot. It's a big cup, but I needed it. So one morning we got into it with our neighbors, right? And we live in a society where the go-to, hey Shelly, we live in a society where the go-to is when you see gay people, that's your first go-to in the argument. You fag, you dyke, you this, you that. That's everybody's go-to when they're arguing with someone from the community. So our neighbors, to which was living there for a long time, I realized how they really thought about us that morning. We're arguing outside, and her go-to was, I did, when I think about it, I did throw the first dig. I was like, ew, with your nasty teeth. That wasn't nice, but she was pissing me off. But once I said that, her next thing was, well, at least I got a man and not a woman. Where the fuck did that come from? I'm looking at her like, what? Okay, I don't want no fucking man. But I realized how she's always thought about me and my mate. That was confirmation again. So when she moved, hey Harley Q, when she finally moved, literally, literally, we were so happy. Okay. Now, let me tell you about this neighbor. She was always to herself. She really didn't bother anybody. She wouldn't come to, like, we every year we had block parties and things like that. We have competitions with decorations for Christmas. We're always doing something. We have an association and everything. She's never involved. She kept to herself. That's not a bad thing. Some people just don't, are not people person, people's people. So I'm good with that. So when she moved, I was ecstatic. Me and my mate was ecstatic. Yeah, that was a nasty dig. I shouldn't have said that. I mean, we was arguing. So I would, of course, you want to look at somebody's aesthetics and go in. And her aesthetics was not pleasing to the eye. Like her teeth are ridiculously filthy. And you know how you get, people get a sidebar. People go to the dentist. Why y'all got plaque build up down at the bottom of y'all teeth? What is that? Go to the dentist, y'all. Why? Anyway, she moved and immediately we got new neighbors. Y'all, now we got a house full of Negroes that like to party, that is filthy. Always taking up all the parking spots. It's just ridiculous. I want the old neighbor back. I can deal with her. I can't deal with these people next door. Like when I tell you, they've been partying since they got here. And then they don't even clean up after they sell. They haven't mowed the lawn since they got here. Like we live on a fairly decent block where everybody own their homes and we keep our homes nice. We keep the grass cut. We keep our shit up to par. But now we got these filthy people living right next door to us. And I don't know if y'all know, like I don't live in a country, I live in a city. So the houses are literally right next to each other. Like right now, they probably can hear what I'm talking about. Okay, that's how close we are. These people are filthy. And it's a lot of them. Now, that's only like a 3-bedroom in there. It got to be every bit of 20 people living in there. So imagine, okay? Be careful what you wish for, honey. Just be careful what you wish for. It's really loud all times. Up weird hours arguing. Now, granted, I haven't heard arguments, but you hear the parties. Like one night they had movie night on a goddamn work day. What was it, Tuesday? And they had the movie night. Now they rented this big ass screen and all this shit and having movie night in their backyard. And it's not up to me to tell you when you can have it. It's not. I don't I'm not going to do that. This is your home. You own it. So you do what you want. But, like, can we get uniforms here? Because we don't do that. Hey, oh my goodness. Harley Q, Vibrant Low, Bird, really BTV. I think this is the most people I ever had in my chat. I'm excited, girl. Hey, Shelly. I'm so happy everybody joined me today. Yes. Thank you, everything. It's just inconsiderate. Let me put this up here. It's just inconsiderate. I know a lot of them, but you're gonna have to tell them they too loud. You know what? I am. My finger is on the trigger, Harley Q. I'll be like, they haven't really annoyed me yet, because that night that they had movie night, I was ready. You should have seen me. I was like a nosy neighbor. I'm in my bathroom looking at their yard to see, and I'm hearing all this noise and stuff. And I said, when I go in my room and I turn on my TV, if I can't hear my TV, we got issues. But that didn't happen, so I couldn't really complain. But I was for the shits, y'all. I was ready for it because They are terrible. Like, y'all, I'm whispering because I think they can hear me. Like, and it's so many of them. And then, like, they can see our kitchen, like we can see theirs. Filthy, filthy. Ah, they got shit all in their backyard. Like, they just moved here, y'all. They haven't even been here, what, a month? And already their backyard is filthy. And it's just a mess. I don't like it. And the neighbor before that wasn't like that. She was a bitch, but she wasn't nasty. And I don't know. I think I could deal with nasty. I mean, I could deal with her being a bitch. I can't deal with nasty. I better not see no rodents. I better not see none of that shit. My finger is on the trigger. And I'm ready to be petty boots and go down to the city and see if I can get reserved parking. Because every time I pull up to my house, I just want to park in front of my door and go in the house. It's always 50 million cars outside. I gotta park down the street. I get annoyed at shit like that. Like, I just get annoyed. And again, I gotta bring it back. Be careful what you wish for. Because we wanted that other neighbor going so bad. But now look what we got, y'all. Look what we got. Child. You want to know what was wrong with the first neighbor? The first neighbor was just nasty, Harlequin. She was just nasty. And then she don't like gay people. It just showed. Well, I can't even say that. She was just probably taking a dig because I took a dig at her. We had an argument one morning and I called her teeth nasty. And so in turn, she said, well, at least I got a man and not a woman. You know, she took a dig at me. And I was like, bitch, I know she's a woman. That was on purpose. Thank you. Shit. So that's that on that. Berber. Berber says something. Let me see. Maybe this is the first time. Oh yeah. I know. I don't go live. Because I be feeling like I don't be having shit to talk about. But I do, because I'm a whole hoop out here. I'm so extra. So I just said, let me just talk about it. So that's that on that. I got something else. So another thing I want to let you guys know too. If you get prescriptions from the pharmacy, check your prescriptions before you leave. So my daughter got some iron pills and everything because she's anemic. So I went to get her iron pills, and I just walked out to, I gave the pharmacist her name, her date of birth, and our address, the things that you do when you go to the pharmacy to get prescriptions. I get all the way home, and I just hand her the bag. Thank God. The thing about it is, it was supposed to be two in there. It was one for iron and one for anemia. And the other one was to kind of slow her menstrual down because her menstrual is type heavy. And so the doctor gave her something to slow it down. So it was two prescriptions I went to pick up. So when I got the prescriptions, again, I didn't pay attention. I gave the necessary information thinking I was going to get what I was supposed to get. So when I got in the house again, I just handed her the stuff, never looked at it, no nothing, just handed it to her. So a couple of hours go by. She comes in the room. She's like, Ma, I thought it was two. So I said, yeah, it is supposed to be two. At that point, I actually looked at the bag. It's a whole nother name, a whole nother medication, a whole nother address, everything. I'm like, what? And by then, it's like 10 o'clock at night. They're closed. I said, now, what if my daughter would have just taken this medication, and because we're not looking at and paying attention, she could have took it and something could have literally easily happened to her that was detrimental. So, y'all, I went to that pharmacy and went completely batshit. But I had to contain myself because I realized mistakes do happen. Now, that could have been a very serious mistake, but it wasn't. So when I went there and I asked to speak to the manager, yes, I was pissed, and she knew I was pissed. But I had to really tone it down a little bit, and I'm proud of myself that I did that, because what I said to her was, because she said, I'm so sorry. She was very apologetic and didn't understand how this mistake happened. Yeah, You're right. I don't either. And how wrong this could have actually turned. But I did say to her, I said, listen, she said, what do you want me to do? I mean, what can I do to make this right? At that point, I'm looking at all my people back there working their ass off. And I said, I don't want nobody to lose their job because mistakes do happen. I just want you guys to be more careful because this could have been a very, very serious mistake. And she said, I appreciate that. And I promise you, I'm going to have a big meeting about this because she was really upset about it just as I was. So I say that to say, when you're getting your prescriptions from the pharmacy, be careful and pay attention to what you're taking out. Don't be like me, all fast and shit and not paying attention because that right there could have went horribly wrong for me and my daughter. And I'm glad it didn't. And I'm glad I wasn't like, I want everybody fired. You know how we can do. We can turn up. Like, I want all of y'all fired. Matter of fact, I'm suing. We could have went there, but I didn't do that, because I thought about people making mistakes. And, I wanted to have a forgiving heart. I do have a forgiving heart. So I just wanted them to be more careful and not make that same mistake again. That was that. I'm getting ready to have breakfast. Okay. Enjoy, TC. I had a great live last night with TC, Watermelon Sugar, Boss Lady, and Just Read My Book. Just Read My Book is so funny, guys. We had a great time, so I appreciate that. And that was so left field. Harlequin said, I normally Google all my pills off of how they look before I take them, especially coming from the pharmacy. You're right. And that's a good idea to do. Just take some time and research what the doctor is giving you. But I didn't even go, we didn't even open the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally just grabbed it and went on about my business. And my daughter, she was just feeling around and realized that it was only one medication, not two. And that's why she came in my room and was like, Ma, it's only one in here. And that's what made me look and see it's a whole damn name. And then the names, the birthdays wasn't nowhere near. The names was completely different. The only thing they had in common was still wouldn't inherit any mistake is the address. The person's medication they actually gave me, their address was 35 and ours is 38. But the street name, totally different. Everything, the town, everything about that medication was so off from my daughter. So I cannot understand how they made that mistake. But it is what it is. And so I say that to say, just be careful, guys. What else did I want to talk to y'all about? I'm just rambling on and shit. I hope everybody is doing okay out here. Can I be transparent with you guys for a minute? Can I be transparent, open and honest with y'all? So you guys know that I've been engaged to my partner for two and almost 3 years. And everybody's always asking, well, when y'all gonna get married? When y'all gonna get married? And I'm like, it's gonna come. Because, you don't like people in your business because you don't want people to know everything about your business and everything. But I am very proud of this moment. So I'm ready to share. And the reason why we did not get married is because technically I was still already married. Now, I've been legally separated for years, but I should have been divorced. However, when COVID happened, everything took a back door. Everything was so backed up and everything like that. So court dates was not extended. Court dates was pushed back. Everything was pushed back. So all this time, I still been working on my divorce. And that's true. That's the truth. So it was hard for me to say when I can get married again because technically I'm not even divorced from my first marriage to be trying to get married again. So that's always been in the back of my mind. Like, Well, as of August 28th, 2022, Your girl is a free woman legally. We got divorced. And I was emotional. And I don't even know, well, I do know why, but even though we haven't been together in years and all this stuff, we both went our separate ways and everything. When I was informed of that, when I looked at that and said, child, you are free to rip and roam as you please. When I saw that in black and white, it gave me another feeling. And I was emotional, guys. I was so emotional about it. And I think it wasn't because me and his relationship was over. It was because I know God. I know him so well. And I know God hates divorce. So at that moment, I really felt like I let God down. Did I do everything that was possible to try to fix it? I started reflecting all that back. Um, you know, is he gonna be happy with me? Is he gonna give me blessings going forward? How, I was, all that stuff was in my mind and everything. And so I just asked again, and I've always asked for his forgiveness, but I broke it down and had another conversation with him. And I apologized to him for, for the way it went down, for the way it didn't work. I had to have that necessary conversation again. And I just asked for his forgiveness and I asked for his blessings to move forward. And I think he gave me that. So, that's transparency at its finest. Now I can literally, honestly, start planning my wedding. And, I was always told you cannot open one door without closing the other. I know that to be true, but I didn't live it myself. That's the reality of it. Like, I did the exact thing that I know was that shouldn't happen. I did it. But I say that to say I'm human. And things do happen that's out of the ordinary. Things do happen that you can't control. You can just move on and just keep going and keep going and keep going. But I couldn't keep going. I couldn't start planning my wedding. I couldn't do it because I still belong to somebody else. So I'm glad, yes. I'm a free woman. Free woman. No, not free. But free from him. We're done. We're done. And I'm so happy for him too. Y'all, let me tell you, me and my children's father have the best co-parenting relationship ever. And it's because of the love that we have for each other still. I love him. And I know he loved me. Now, I'm not in love. I don't want to be with his ass. But he's the best dad I know. And we co-parent so well. So I wish him well. He's getting married, remarried, and I'm so happy for him that he found somebody to love him like he deserved to be loved. And I just wish him the best. I really do. I like his fiance. I have no issues with her. And again, we co-parent very, very well, and a lot of people can't do that. But I always say, in most cases, when you can't co-parent well, when you and your ex is always bickering, that's always, to me, somebody's not over the other. There's still some stuff, some tension that is being held to keep you from moving forward. So you guys need to work on that. And that's that on that. So y'all, I wanted to share that as well. So again, this was a little light. And I want to thank y'all all for joining me. What else do I have? Any other news to say? And let me say this too about that. My fiance now, she didn't understand that. She was like, if it's over, then why are you feeling a type of way? And I had to explain it to her so that she could understand, because she was getting it. She wasn't seeing it from what I was saying about God. She was looking at it like, what, you miss him? And I'm like, no, it's not about him. It's really about me. And, what I deem to be right. And I want us to be solid. I want us to be good. And we can only be that way with God on our side. We can't go forward. We can't do anything. Nothing's going to work if he's not in agreement with us. So I needed to make sure I was straight with him. And this was a turning point. And, I had to explain that to her. And she kind of got it. I don't know if she really got it. But again, at the end of the day, this this has nothing to do with you. This right here was my door that I need to close so I can be wide open for you. Although, we know what we have. We always knew what we had. But again, I belong to someone else. So, that I needed that weight. That weight is everything. And I'm being very transparent here because I just like being honest. I don't have nothing to be ashamed of. Life is life, and you never know what's gonna come your way. You can only just deal how you're gonna deal. So, and you take it with stride, and that's all I can say about that. Um, that's really it. I don't really have nothing else. Um, Again, I want to thank y'all all for joining me. I really appreciate y'all this morning. I really, really do. The kids are going home today. They start school next week. Let me ask y'all something. How do you talk to your teens about friends? How do you pick and choose their friends for them? Do you allow them to make mistakes? I mean, to pick their own friends and not get involved? Do you screen their friends? How is that when picking and when your children are meeting new people? I know when I was younger, I had a friend that I fought every damn day. She was my best friend. But when I say we locked asses it just seemed like every day. And my brothers couldn't stand her. They used to always like, stay the fuck away from her. I don't want you with her. And the more they said that, the closer we got, girl. And so they tried to pick my friends, and they used to get pissed off at me because I was be pissed off at her this week, and we be the best of friends next week. Then we fighting again next week. And they got so tired of it, and they just couldn't understand, like, why you keep being friends with her? And I didn't have an answer. So me raising my kids, I always just, I give them jewels. I drop jewels to my kids all the time, and I let them know what's a friend, what's not a friend, what's decent behavior, what's indecent, be careful who you're following and everything. But I try not to pick their friends. And I'm telling you now, my daughters got some of the raggediest goddamn friends I ever seen. One is so fresh to her mother, and I can't stand that little girl. But my daughter loves her. So it took me back to when I had my friends. And I'm like, do I tell her to stop being with her? Stop hanging around her? Or I my other daughter has a friend who is, I don't know how to say it. She's just a loose goosey, okay? And she's older, and her mother let her rip and roam, do whatever she wants. My daughter know we ain't doing it like that. So when they hang out together, I get scared. Like, I don't know what she gonna have my daughter into. I don't know if my daughter gonna like it. I just don't know. And I don't be knowing, like, should I just be telling her not to be their friends, or do I have to let her learn? Both of them. Do I have to let them learn? That's something I wrestle with. Crazy. I don't know. But it is what it is. I'm just going to keep, expressing how I feel about their friends. I don't want to keep doing that, but when certain things happen and it's an eye opener to me and they come to me, I'm always giving them the best advice I can without actually telling them not to be. I want them to make that decision themselves. But sometimes I be wanting to say, like, leave them bitches alone. But I can't say that. Like, I really don't want to be the one. I want them to, again, make that type of decision on their own. You know, I don't want to be the one to tell them, but, child. Anyway. Um, I don't know what else to say. I'm done. I've been on here for 40 minutes. That's long enough. But guys, I want to thank you again for joining me. Oh, can I just say, for those who didn't know, I had guests a couple of weeks ago. It is on my page if y'all want to go back and watch. Queen Diva and T Velocity came to join me for dinner, and we had a beautiful time. I adore and appreciate them. They are some of the realest sisters you want to meet, and I had a phenomenal time. I was so happy. And you know, I'm a good host. I like feeding people. To me, that's my gift of appreciation. This is how I love on you, through food. And I I was so excited to cook for Miss Tiva. I was so excited, and Queen Diva. And let me tell you, me and Queen, we live close to each other, so we go out and have lunch a couple of times. So this was not the first time, but this was my first time meeting Miss Tiva because she doesn't live in Jersey. And like I said, real solid, good sisters, and we had a great time. And again, like, I love on you guys through food. That's what I like to do. So again, shout out to T Velocity and Queen Diva for gracing me with your presence, and I'm just so happy that I was able to grace you with mine. And we had a phenomenal time. So, hey Benj, did I see you with? Oh, hey Benj. Thanks for coming through. Really B again. Everybody. S. Hutchison, Queen Diva, T Velocity. Did I say Really B? Really B. Bird. Who else was in here? A Vibrant. Who I'm missing? The BBK. Hey girl, and Pandy's hair, Candy and more. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all for dropping down. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Everybody that was in the clouds, please share this live. Please like and share it. Guys, I'm still struggling. I am struggling to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I don't know why. Don't nobody like me. They don't want to just subscribe. You don't gotta watch me, but damn, you can't get me to 1,000. No, I'm not consistent enough. I keep saying that. I'm gonna come on more. But again, share this live. Get your girl to her 1,000. I think I've been on here for 10 years. Like, can I just get 1,000? Guys, have an awesome Sunday. And for those who are off, enjoy Monday, And again, I'll speak to you guys soon. When I have something to say, I always got stuff to say, girl. But we'll kick it. Peace.